Hi, I'm Eileen Blodgett, and welcome back to the studio again. I'm so glad you're joining me. Today, we're going to have some fun, and we won't even know what we're making until it's finished. So we're going to be using our imaginations and a little bit of guidance that we're going to create ourselves. We're going to be making some dot monsters. So dot monsters are, there's some examples I have here, but it's hard to explain. So what we're starting with is we're going to count 20 dots. Some of you who are older may want to go up to 30 dots. But this example here I have has 10 dots, and the way they got on the paper was I closed my eyes and made dots all over the paper, and I have no idea what's going to happen. So I started with these dots, and they look like this. And then I connected the dots. So if I show it like this, what happened when I connected the dots, I came out with the flying fish of Fuller Lake. And it was all done by connecting the dots that I had created on the paper. So this is a lot of fun, and you really never know what's going to happen. So I'm going to do an example for you, and I'm going to close my eyes, but you're going to keep yours open because you're going to want to watch how I make my dots. Now, when I make my dots, I'm not just banging my pencil around. I want to make little dots with my pencil. So I'm going to show you one of the dots that I start right here. That's going to be my first dot. And then I'm going to shut my eyes and I'm going to feel around so I know where my paper is. You might want to try that yourself. But first, watch me make my dots. So you can count to 20 with me. 1, 2, now my eyes are closed. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I'm feeling my paper, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh my goodness. Wow. So here's my dots. You don't have to make them quite as big as mine, but I wanted you to get the idea that they aren't just stabbing my paper. Okay? So now I'm going to decide how I can connect all these dots, but I don't want to cross any lines. Does that make sense? So in this particular one, I just started joining the dots, but I don't want to cross over any of my own lines that I've drawn already. So this one ended up being a shape like this. And then I looked at it to decide what kind of dot monster I could make. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. So I'm looking carefully to see if I see any interesting shapes I can create, but I don't want to go over any of the lines. So I'm going to go here, 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 up here, maybe down here. Yikes. So this is so random, isn't it? I have no idea really what this shape is going to end up being. Oh my goodness. Wow. So now I'm going to turn this to see different ways to see if there is one direction that I can begin to see somebody, some kind of a monster. I am not sure. Well, I think I'm going to go with this direction. So once I have the outlines here, I can add other things. But before I do, let's think about some of the qualities your friendly monster might have. So, for example, what features might they have? They might have claws or big teeth or wings, horns, fuzzy eyebrows, bushy eyebrows, a tail. Would they have scales or polka dots, or what kind of skin would they have? Can they fly? Well, all those things you can answer with your imagination and your drawing. So here I go. I'm going to say that this dot monster is going to have eyes. And let's see, I'm going to draw 2 eyes in here. And you also should have your colored pencils handy, because you may want to start coloring. So this guy has some teeth, and they don't all match up. He's not dangerous. You just have to watch your hands around him. Okay, and let's see. So he probably needs some way to, I think I'm going to draw a line up here, because he's going to have feet down here, and maybe he's going to have a funny tail that I can add on. You can add things. It's just the shape you have to keep. So let's see, that his whole body is his mouth. That just doesn't look right. So I'm going to create a front leg. And let's see, what's going to go up here? I think he's going to have a very strange hairdo. It's kind of, and a big nose, kind of like a dog creature. And maybe he'll be friendly with eyelashes. And then the fun comes while you decide what his special qualities are. You know, does he have any magical powers? What can he do? Where does he live? I'm going to start adding color with my colored pencils. And remember, if you want to color a lot in a short time, you can use the side of your pencil. So he's going to be a purple guy. He doesn't fly or have wings. He's like a crawly creature, a little bit like a dog. And while I'm thinking about drawing him, I've got to think about what his name is. Maybe that'll come to me later. But it's a purple river dog. He likes to go swimming. And he likes to eat rocks. That's why his teeth are so sharp. He goes to the river and he collects his favorite rocks and he eats them. So you can see how you're using your imagination. And maybe he'll have stripes. And I'm getting his body shape down here. His tail starts out purple, but when he's fishing in the river for his rocks, his tail changes to red. And then orange. And then yellow. Okay, and I think that's what happens to his hairdo too. It goes in rainbow colors. When he goes swimming for river rocks. What comes after red, purple? Blue. So I think as I'm making this creature that he's actually turning into the rainbow river dog that eats rocks. So I can continue and keep coloring him in, but I want to create an environment for him. So I'm going to draw some rocks down here and maybe draw the river. And it would be kind of fun that once you complete your dot monster, whatever it is, I'm going to put one of the rocks right between his teeth. So you can write a story about this guy too. Have you ever seen one of these at the river or in your travels? So, do you remember how we started this whole thing? We started, oh my goodness. We started with how many dots? Didn't we do 20? We started out with 20 dots, and I ended up with a rainbow river dog that eats rocks. What are you going to make? So remember, get a piece of paper, put it down on the table, and protect the table, and count to 20 and make 20 dots, and then see what kind of monster you can create. See you next time.